So I said when I started school I wanted to do daily videos and film every day and show you what I do during the day. Kind of like a lot of vloggers that I watch where they just go out and film their day and bring their camera around with what they do. And the first day of school hit me and I realized I was not going to have time for that at all. I was hoping that I could just bring the camera around and, edit one night and upload the next day, but that's not gonna work. So one of my favorite YouTubers is Tribe Tyler. I met him in Chicago after the Blackhawks rally. He's a really cool dude and I love the way he makes his videos, so I'm gonna try to do something like that. But go check out Tribe Tyler. I love his videos. The way he films them is amazing and they're not anywhere close to where this is gonna be. So I decided to tell you about my first week of college. So Sunday I really didn't do much. I was really worn out from the past couple days. I just basically sat in my room and just found stuff to do, watched videos, watched box breaks, and I just sat in my room all day and I skipped everything I was supposed to do. I didn't miss out on much, but I really didn't want to do anything that day. Later in the day I felt a little bit better and I went over to Ease. Ease is the basically cafeteria of the school. They have really good food and I get to use my ID and eat whatever the heck I want. It's like a super everything buffet. So then after that, since I was inside all day, I decided to walk down the street to see what I could find. I pretty much knew where I was going because I walked it before and the hotel that we normally stay at is right there, but I was looking for something in particular. I wanted to take a picture outside the King Buffet place and tweet it out because Brian Alvarez always does the SummerSlam Super China Buffet. I just wanted to take a picture because I told Justin that I would do so. So when I got back, I was all ready for SummerSlam. That show was so much fun to watch. Everything was awesome. Kevin Owens won, Paige won, and Seth Rollins won both titles. That is great. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with that. So I really like my room. I've been looking out the window a lot. I got this huge window and it's a decent view. I have a view of dirt and a tree and a light, and I get to see the bus stop. Basically bus stop number 1 is right in front of my window, so I get to see pretty much all the buses stop, and that's what a bus stop is, duh. I basically get to see the buses first stop. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but my roommate decided to come in and take a shower. Thanks. Screw it, I'm gonna finish this. In my room, I've basically just been listening to music. I got Spotify. That is probably the best thing that I've gotten. I listen to it while I walk around campus. I listen to it, when I'm in my room. Probably the best purchase that I made. The other really cool thing is the fact that there's tile floors and we have rolly chairs. So I just basically all day roll around in my room, and I roll to the refrigerator. If I need to get something to drink, I roll, just across just to do something. And then sometimes I roll into things. So Monday morning was the first day of school. I woke up really, really early. I did not need to wake up this early. I just was afraid that I was going to sleep in and miss my class, and I didn't want to do that in the first day of school. So my first class was a drawing class at 8:30. I left about a half an hour earlier just because I wanted to make sure I was there. And I needed to find it too. I didn't know exactly where I was going, so it was good to leave earlier just to find my way. That class was really fun, and the professor is awesome, and he's a really cool dude, and I'm really pumped for that class. There's a lot of cool people in there, so it's going to be a fun time, and it's definitely going to be one of my favorite classes. So we got in an hour early from that class, and I just got out of the class and I was like, what am I going to do now for an hour? Actually, what am I going to do now for 5 hours, because my next class wasn't until 1 and I got out at 10. Not necessarily 5 hours, maybe 3 hours, but still. So before class, I was walking into the building and there was a random backpack sitting on the steps. I didn't think anything of it until I was leaving. When I was leaving, there were 2 police officers coming up to the backpack and they asked if it was mine, and I said, no, it's just been sitting there since I got here this morning. I don't know anything, but it was weird because in the backpack there was sheets and bed stuff, so I don't know what the heck the backpack was. So after getting out early, I decided to walk to the Allen Fieldhouse. For college basketball fans, the Allen Fieldhouse is it's the shrine of KU. It's basically where the men's basketball team plays, and that place is awesome on TV, and I'm really, really excited to be there for games. But I had to go to the ticket office to get my football tickets, so I got those, and I pretty much, after getting those, I took a detour to the baseball field. I saw that people were working on it, so maybe I could have gotten in on the field. After checking out the baseball field, I went to eat. I went at a time that it was empty, so that was really, really good. Then I went to English class, and English class was alright. It was just an English class. They asked us to say something about ourselves, and knowing me, I plugged my channel. I basically said, I like to make YouTube videos. Someone said, what's your channel? I wrote it down for him. But in that class, I met 2 people from the Chicago area, so that was awesome. Then after English class, I basically had a bunch of time before I had to go to my next class. class. My next class was later in the night and it was across campus. On the way to that class I got lost. I ended up finding the place and I ended up finding the entrance in the classroom, and I just didn't get a good seat. That's okay. I came back here, I missed like 30 minutes of Raw, I missed the Dudleys, but I saw a GIF of it on YouTube. I saw a video on Twitter, there we go. So Tuesday. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't start until late, so I got a chance to go eat some breakfast, and I basically came back here after eating, and I did nothing until I had to leave for my first class. Since I could see the bus stop from my room, I waited until the bus came and I took the bus for the first time and last time. Even though the bus is really good, I just like walking around campus more than I do riding a bus. After hearing the things we have to do in that class is going to be rough, probably going to get wrecked. I might not make it, and if I don't make it, Britton gets my DVDs. So in that class we had a scavenger hunt, and we had to go around campus to take pictures of a few things, and they weren't like close to each other, they were literally on the opposite sides of campus. So after we finished that, we got out early, yay. Then I went to my first math class. So that math class is basically a lower down. So if you've heard of the ACT, it's the big standardized test that juniors take in high school. So on the ACT I didn't do so well in my math part, even though math is probably my best subject, so I got placed in this class. So going through the first lessons, I literally knew everything, how to do everything, and I basically did all this stuff in sophomore year. There were a lot of people in that class from the Chicago area, and it's places that I actually know of. At night, I watched the finale of Tough Enough. The two people I wanted to win actually won, so that's awesome. So Wednesday, I had my fun drawing class again. I got to show off my awesome drawings of corn, don't ask. Then for English, the teacher or professor or whatever the heck they're called here, she said that we had to write a paper about ourselves, and it had to be like 1 to 2 pages. So as I was finishing my paper, it didn't take long at all. Someone stands up, walks over, gives the lady her paper, and the professor's like, "Have a nice day." And I'm like, wait a minute, you're telling me that all I had to do was finish this paper about me? Talking about me making YouTube videos and all that fun stuff, and you're telling me all I had to do was write a paper about it and then I could leave early? I would have been done in 15 minutes. I got out like 20 minutes early. I'll take it. So then I was bored and I didn't have anything to do until my next class, which was at 6 o'clock. So I went over to the food place and I basically sat there and watched YouTube videos for a while. And we had this group chat for our floor. I saw a bunch of messages about a fire alarm. Basically, they had a fire drill in our hall and I missed it. I heard that the fire alarm was really weird sounding, but I'll hear it next time. Hopefully it's not a bad thing to hear it next time. So I left early from my art history class. It's the first time I got lost going to, and I got lost again this time, but I ended up finding my way. I just basically went out of the way instead of going the quicker way. I basically went the scenic route. So that class is only an hour and 15 minutes. That is going to be one of the worst classes I take this year. I could already tell. Myself and the people next to me had no clue what we were taking notes on. We took tons of notes on random stuff that I'm assuming we're going to need. I just don't know what the heck we were taking notes on. And then later at night, Imagine Dragons released a new song. It's called Roots. It's really, really good. I recommend it to everyone. I stayed up just to listen to that and it was well worth it. Now we get to Thursday. The week's almost over. I got a lot of homework dumped on me in this art class on Thursday morning. We started out taking notes and then we ended with just a big pile of do this, do that, this is due this day, this is due that day. You have to take 24 pictures of this and this and this and this. You gotta get them printed out at Walgreens. You gotta glue them to a piece of paper. I don't even know where the Walgreens is at. I don't even know what I'm gonna take pictures of. I'm going crazy. And then they were like, oh, you gotta make a blog. You can use Tumblr, you can use Blogger. And I knew Blogger, but everyone was using Tumblr. So I went on Tumblr and I made an account. I don't know how to use Tumblr. So I was asking people around me like, hey, is it a follow or is it a like? Or what do you do on Tumblr? So if you wanna follow me on Tumblr, I don't even know how to use it. I'll put the link down below. It's got me and everybody from WrestleMania. My profile picture thing is me with Seth Rollins. So pretty much all day Thursday it was really, really nice, and I was walking around and people were in sweatshirts and long sleeves, and I looked at them like they had two heads because what the heck are you doing? I'm sure a lot of them are used to warm weather, but this weather was amazing. These fools were wearing sweatshirts is what I wrote down. Then I went to math, and we basically took this like placement test thing where again, if you finish it early, then you could leave early. So I was looking at this stuff, and pretty much 95% of the stuff on this test was stuff I already knew how to do. So I got out early, that's awesome. And because today's Thursday, I ended up trying to film this video many, many times. And then on Friday, I only have one class, which is awesome. It's English, it's 50 minutes long, so it's not gonna be a bad day. I just have a lot of homework to do. So that's basically my week. I'm gonna try to make these a lot better in the future. I really like this style, and I think it's going to make my videos a lot better. And I'm going to have more fun editing it. So if you like this style of video, let me know in the comments. I'm still going to be switching back and forth, but I just wanted to try this out and see how it was.